welcome along to the club with LFC Day Trippers. This means more. Joining me here tonight in the bunker is Paddy Lawson making his return.
Yes, I am back.
Paddy Lawson operating in a procurement section at the moment.
Yeah.
Fair play to you. Yeah.
Light
Man of
duties.
many talents.
Yeah. Company bankrupt in 2 weeks. Well, hell never. What do we do?
Two regulars tonight, Ray and Keith. What's the story, lads?
Yeah, okay. Bit disappointed at being relegated from host duties, but anyway, you pulled rank there, didn't you?
I thought you had a fight outside to see who was doing it.
Arm wrestle to see who gets the gig.
And we've Garbry in the decks. Anyway, lads, it's the year 2015. Liverpool have surrendered a 2-0 lead to draw 2-2 with Shrewsbury City Town of Division, I don't know.
I had to check.
And Dejan Lovren has made a glaring error to cause this all to unfold and happen. How we feeling about just a little snapshot of what used to happen to us? Does it make you appreciate?
They're planning walkouts and marches and all on the street over it. Don't know what they're thinking.
Yeah, ticket prices are all up. You know, everyone's up in arms. Yeah. I mean, I seen people this morning like tweeting that, the money's come out, the Auto Cup money's come out already, and all that. Like, yeah, absolutely. People are. I think people have been storing up a lot of sort of
Dorito dust.
I don't know what would you call it. It's not anger. It's just this frustration that people have to get out every moment, every sort of once in a while.
Like you need a good cry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's exactly what it's like. And when you go 23, 24 league games and there's one draw.
Dicko, what 30 years without winning the league, and people are giving out about us drawing a bleeding match. He's winding me up or what?
Honestly, this is what some people are out. I mean, think of Phil. Do you know what I mean?
Which Phil? There's about 11 of them.
The one who revelled in that yesterday. The one.
He's mad.
The one who wished he was transported to 2015 when this podcast meant something to him.
I remember when in 2015 when this podcast was going along and Phil would be in great form every week because we'd have to crack about losing and drawn and not beating who we should have beat and Lover making mistakes and Mig making mistakes and all sorts, and it made for some funny podcast. But I don't know, it's just like people, like kids, when they're overtired.
We were overtired at winning football matches.
Fans are overtired and they're giving out shit and it's totally irrational and fuck it.
Just specifically on the whole ticket price thing, right? So I've seen loads of people giving out about ticket prices and, we're going to put out an under 23s. But the reality is, as I found out there a little while ago, that they actually have already pre-prepared like tiered pricing depending on the caliber of team that comes to Anfield. So actually, the most you're going to be paying for that replay is 30 quid. Okay, I know a lot of people want to pay even less than that, but your ticket, you're going to pay for your ticket anywhere really between 19 quid.
They're not watching a League of Ireland match like it's
half price. Yeah. Shrewsbury charged 22 quid to go to their game.
I'd pay £30 to watch them kids play,
Yeah,
especially, you're looking at a lot of the players that
of the future
will have played against Everton.
Yeah. So I think people are they're losing all context. And the other thing is, we are on the cusp of winning the league for the first time in 30 years. Yeah. And Klopp clearly has a plan as to how he was going to get to that. And that involved in that plan was having this 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
Well,
and he's not going to let himself be, diverted from that plan.
Yeah.
So we just need to get behind them. That's my stance. Now, I've heard loads of people on the other side of the fence today. And it's split. It's disappointing for me that it's starting to sort of split our fans.
Yeah. Well, look, my personal perspective on it was when I read the story this morning, because I watched the match in the pub and I didn't see what he said, and then I was seeing people talking about it on Twitter this morning and I read the story. And I just thought, fucking deadly. Go on, Klopp. I love you.
Yeah.
I didn't really consider anyone else's opinion on it at that moment because I hadn't read it, and I'm quite surprised at the negative response. What do you think, Paddy? In the context, like, Klopp should be allowed to do what he absolutely wants.
First and foremost, we can't say that because the fume would be at a different level if people were saying Klopp does what he wants, because apparently we do what we like when VAR kicks in and all, it's all going their way. But I think Klopp is frustrated at the amount of fixtures that is brought on the team. And he is, like, don't get me wrong, we are flying and we are so far ahead, but still, if he has a plan and he has as Gavin keeps talking about, a block of games, you're adding another game into that. So let's say for Dicko saying, for instance, fans are giving out that they're paying X amount of money to come and watch the team play. So let's say Klopp turns around and says, right, fuck it, I'm going to put out a full team. Ball breaks over the top. Van Dijk goes to sprint after it, pulls a hammy, out for 6 weeks. Yeah. Could you imagine what would happen then if that did happen? Yeah. That'd be absolute fucking carnage. Yeah. Why did you play the first team? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? And he's just turning around now and saying, no, not. He basically turned around and said, I don't give a fuck, without saying, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. But he's not going to let that happen under any circumstances. He's going to make sure them players are where they're supposed to be, and that's on their 2-week break. Yeah. And Klopp's been of this opinion since he come to the club that there's too many games, and obviously he would have been used to a winter break in Germany. And look, let's not forget the fact that we're in a period where we have traditionally fell away or had a significantly enough bad run to end any chance we've had of winning a league.
Well, let's say, Keith, let's put Ray's point into perspective about Klopp would have been in his plan from probably way back. Yeah. You know, everything's so detailed with him now. He's so calculated, and he's remaining loyal to his players and not the FA. Why should he be loyal to the FA? It's an extra game. He's promised his players a break. He's promised his players. He's factored in to go away, do what they need to do, relax. But what about Klopp just taking the under-23s?
Yeah, that's the one I think that has everyone up in arms, right? You can let the players go, but why is he not? Now, I think some of them might be getting taken out of context a bit. He said Neil Critchley will be there. Everyone's assuming Klopp will be fucking off on his holidays or whatever. And he might not be. He just mightn't be. He might be in the stand, exactly. He might just be that he's not going to put the effort in on the training ground and preparing them, and he might let Critchley handle that. People are saying, it's disrespectful to the youngsters that Klopp is coming out and saying that, but he does say a lot of things in the heat of the moment, and he can get taken out of context. So I'd wait and see what'll happen with that. But
yeah, and what about Pep Lindner's maybe doing it, like giving him the...
Pep gets a holiday as
could
well.
Could Klopp not have us back up over? Remember the whole controversy about the fixtures when we had the Club World Cup and the FA not helping out then? Yeah. It could be like, right, well, you had your chance to fix it that time and you haven't done it again, so I'm sticking to me.
And he did, after we lifted that, he said, you know, people are talking about how we disrespected the League Cup. Yeah. And here we are winning the World Championship, nobody's talking about it.
Yeah.
So he has his backup, and he's a man who has principles.
He's a man of principles. Let's not forget as well that we're playing a game on Wednesday purely because of that. Yeah. You know, what we've had to go and do in terms of go out to Qatar. So we're already playing an extra fixture as it is this week. So to expect first team players to play another one next week, you know, I think it's a step too far. And also, if you think about it, look, I've not got an issue with the under-23s playing because, to be honest with you, like, they had their opportunity there against Villa, and let's not forget, like, they were in that game for a good bit. I think they were unlucky not to go a goal up. Now, ultimately, they might have still got beat 3-4-5-1. Yeah. But I think there's an element of them deserving another chance, especially against a lower calibre of opposition at Anfield. Yeah. You know, because they were thrown in the lion's den a little bit, you know, against Villa away, the crowd up for it.
A very strong Villa team.
A very strong, you know, and I know they made a few changes, but I think there's an element of giving the under-23s another opportunity to show what they're made of. Yeah. And at the end of the day, you know, we've already seen we've been decimated a little bit with injuries. We can't risk. It's too crucial a time of the season. We got Champions League to go back and defend as well.
There's too much at stake. There's too much at stake regarding the league. He doesn't care. He just wants the league. The league is the holy grail. He won the Champions League. He won the Club World Cup. If Klopp wins the league with this team, then he's immortal to Liverpool fans for the rest of eternity. He will be regarded as probably the greatest coach we've ever had.
Yeah, I think fans owe to him to get behind him. I mean, it sounds like I'm, giving the company line here or something like that.
Well, I've seen someone made a comment. Someone made a comment on Twitter there. I think someone who regularly would comment on our podcasts and whatnot. Think, saying that, be interesting, all Liverpool podcasts are the same, be interesting to see if it's just, towing the company line sort of thing. But I think, I listened to the Anfield Wrap and there was a lot of dissenting voices on that about what Klopp's doing. And, I think it has genuinely split the fan base. And I'm actually just completely amazed that we're, at this point in the season, breaking every record in sight, and people are
bickering over shit.
It's like where it's assuming that these kids can't do the job. It's assuming that they surrender in the next round of the FA Cup. There's a very good chance that these boys will beat them, and we'll go on and play Chelsea away and play our full team again. Kind of back to plan. Like if Klopp, I know he talks about game by game, but he does, I would imagine, look at blocks of games, blocks of phases of the season when fixtures are building up again and trying to manage fitness and rest players and all that. And this winter break, this extra game during the winter break doesn't fit into that plan. But later on in the FA Cup, it's back part of the plan again. So he's not throwing the FA Cup. Okay, we could go out, but we could go on and win the game and win the FA Cup.
I think everyone's assuming that it's just, give them a walkover, you know what I mean? They're not going to get it. But they got the letter at the start of the season, didn't they? Like, don't plan any friendlies or any competitive matches during this break. This is the first time I'm doing it, so you have to respect the first time. But yeah, there's a Bladen Cup replay, and people are saying it's disrespectful to Shrewsbury, but I don't think it is. Like, I think no matter who, if Liverpool had been playing United and would have had I think he still would have said the same thing. He would have had a pencil in all along. There's a mid-season break for these 2 weeks. Yous are not going to be playing that game. And then I think as well, it more could have been taken out of context. Klopp came out and said, look, none of the first team will be there. They might say to Shaqiri or something, or he might say, look,
you need games.
I wouldn't mind the game. I'm not going anywhere.
Absolutely. If players need minutes, they're going to. If they need minutes, if we have another injury like Kate is out and coming back, it'd be a perfect game for him to play.
Minamino to get used to the system or whatever.
But do you know what, right? Do you know what? They were the types of players who actually let us down yesterday. The players, the senior players who were coming back.
Yeah, they weren't fit.
Who didn't have the minutes in the legs, who weren't fit. That was the difference for me yesterday compared to, say, the Everton game, where you were playing the likes of your Lallana's and your Oxlade-Chamberlains and your Gomez's, who were ready. They were chomping at the bit to get some game time, whereas these lads, Fabinho, Matip, Lovren,
there was an awful lot of 60-minute players there. That started. When I remember, I don't know who threw it up on the Trippers account, probably Gav, and he predicted the team, and I kind of went, I think it's that, except Lovren plays. That was the team that ended up playing it. Bang. But I looked across and I was thinking, there's an awful lot of players there that should only really be playing 60 minutes. And validate your point there. They got tired.
They did. They were 2-0 up. They were kind of cruising from a game management point of view, but they just, I mean, the warning signs were there earlier than they scored. Like Adrian made some great saves. Yeah. Like he was the one player who didn't let us down yesterday there. And some of the younger players were okay. I thought Harvey Elliott was disappointing. But yeah, those senior players, I wouldn't go overboard about, even the individual error that, classic Lovren moment there yesterday. I wouldn't go too overboard because of, him coming back from an injury. I mean, I don't think, some of us didn't think we'd see him back until like the Chelsea parade or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, let's talk about his error. If there was anything that summed up Lovren, it was that. Yeah. He'd had a decent game up to that point, and then that.
It's all it takes, isn't it?
It's all it takes. It's like a brain fart or something.
Yeah. I think he's programmed to do it.
How
isn't
do
he?
you be a professional footballer and play at such a high level? Like, he went to the World Cup final there. He's done all sorts.
But has such a high opinion of himself as well. Like, he
real
thinks
confidence.
he's,
When someone's confident,
best player in the world.
they
Captain's
don't tend to
armband.
make those type of mistakes because they're just so certain they're going to win the ball, and that should have been just ballooned away.
I don't know.
What's he even trying to do? How do you miss a football? The football's huge. Like.
Maybe the armband was slowing him down. That's all I've heard. He shouldn't have been this. He shouldn't have been that.
Yeah, I had to watch it 2 or 3 times
Yeah.
just to take it all in. Like, to be honest with you,
I think you get a little bit on the ball, like,
Or the man, get something on.
Oh, the man,
Something,
exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
just slow him down or something. You know what I mean?
In fairness, the two Liverpool players run into each other, don't they? More or less, like they kind of. So obviously don't hear the umpire could have called it, Lovren could have called it, Bowden could have left it. You don't know. Your man goes through and finishes it well. In fairness to him, and as Dicko said, like we did get tired. Like we were running on empty. You know what I mean? Yeah. But again, as I was talking about, it's a game that we don't, not that we don't want, but we don't need. Yeah. Like, it's unnecessary. I don't know why they just didn't go to fucking extra time and penalties. If the FA were that concerned about what was happening, if there was a replay to be done, isn't it? Just 90 minutes straight to penalties, game over. Yeah, hedge your bets, and that's it. Like, but again, as
it's the payday for
it
does. That's what it is. I mean, I don't know. Look, the BBC obviously got their money's worth out of that, and they'll probably televise it again because they'll probably be, convinced that there's a potential shock there. Although, how much of a shock and a giant killing is it when we'll see the team sheet sort of thing? It's a bit of theatre, Yeah,
it is. Because, I think Liverpool are taking the fun out of the game for opposition fans at the
100%.
moment. And something like this, it's just...
they've been waiting on this, you know what I mean? This is what they've been in the long grass.
We should probably be just saying...
Well, you think about it, if you're a United fan in the pub yesterday, you watch your team win 6-0. Yeah. Getting a bit giddy, and then you see that, and you probably had United fans fucking spilling the pints all over the shop when Shrewsbury scored that second goal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Someone said to me Liverpool are shit yesterday.
Okay.
And it was sort of like, it was the first time in my life someone has said that, and I've just
didn't even have
to say it back. I was like, yeah, okay.
You should have said that. What sport? What are you talking about? Like,
so we're not shit.
No,
we're fucking deadly. And,
look, we got a chance to, Wednesday night, we got a chance to kind of, erase all of that from our memories, haven't we? Sort of thing. Yeah. The game against West Ham, back to normal business. I mean, it's a hectic period that we're in the middle of. Yeah. A game on Wednesday, game on Saturday. Yeah. Do you know, then they're absolutely crucial.
And that's in the Champions League soon enough after. Yeah, it is.
But the draw as well, obviously the draw makes, it makes it interesting now, as in, like, I think a lot of the arguments come out today before people had seen the draw. So will people just relax a little bit and realise that even if we win this, we've still got a 5th round game at Chelsea. Yeah. You've still got a 6th round game. Yeah. You've still got a semi-final. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And you've got,
no more replays after the show.
Yeah, 5th round will just go to we go straight to penalties.
I think at this day and age, like, they should not really be no replays, but
like, do certain fans just want us to win everything? Like, seriously,
it has got that way in recent weeks.
Do you just want us to win every single trophy that's going?
Yeah. Well, I want us to win everything. I've said it for the last few podcasts I was on here, that this is our opportunity for a clean sweep. So, okay, a fraction of me is thinking, fuck's sake, Klopp, but we should just won the game yesterday. You know what I mean? We had if there was VAR there would have been no penalty. Yeah. Because it was outside the box.
The second goal could have got pulled up as well for offside if they had gone to VAR.
To be honest with you, that what you've just pointed out there is the one reason why I think the FA Cup's become a bit of a shambles.
Yeah, there's VAR in one game and there's not in another game.
But if you're playing a game on a Premier League ground, then there's VAR. Yeah. If you're not, then tough. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a nonsense. You should have it either in every ground or not at all.
And you have the back four as well. obviously we've been playing really high this year as well. You've got that back four trained into that week in, week out with Melwood. And then yesterday, as Keith said, probably the second goal gets chalked off.
Yeah. Exactly. That's a great point. I mean, we're only playing back to that high line again because of the implementation of VAR and how useful it is to us for that system. Because so yeah.
And then Jack Grealish's Scottish brother came on with his poxy haircut.
Oh yeah, he was throwing some shapes in that post-match interview. I couldn't even hear it.
Is he not signing? I heard he's signing for United.
Wouldn't that be great?
Did he come from the SPL?
Yes, Kilmarnock and Rangers he played for or something. Oh, Hibs.
Video of him on Twitter and all today, wrestling in the Hibs dressing room. Cum Dog wrote all over him. That's an awful nickname, isn't it?
His name is Cum Dog.
Come dog.
Oh my God.
That does, that's not great, is it?
Is good with that nickname.
Jesus Christ.
Cum Dog.
And a poor referee got blamed, huh? Poor old Bobby.
Yeah.
And there's your man yesterday. His name's Cum Dog.
Yeah.
How was that? And that was the thing yesterday. Did we just have to put up with like a Division 1 ref as well?
Yeah, I didn't know him. What the fuck? I thought he won a raffle, that fella. He was even giving the penalty. He didn't give it. And there in his face. And then he blows and points. It's the fuck you doing, mate? Give him that. Don't give it.
He won that on one of Gav's shows.
Yeah.
Well, you're relying on VAR there, but why doesn't a liner see that foul happens outside the box? It actually happens a couple of feet outside the box.
Yeah.
The line was thought there was relative who was in the crowd behind him.
Yeah, on the heat.
It's really bad defending though, isn't it? The two boys cut square, a ball down the middle, and the poor young lad has to try and recover.
He is a bit rash, isn't he?
LaRouche? Yeah, he's only a young fella converted from a winger, isn't he? Like, so it's a hard, you can do that on an attacking sense, and you'll know what he has to do, get the ball, go forward and drive. But when you're covering for your centre backs running in on it like that, there'll always be a bit of rashness.
Yeah, world class centre backs.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't get it twisted.
As you said, 2015 centre backs.
Not a bother to him.
Toxic Thunder gear on them. up front doing nothing. What it was like. Might as well award that shy.
So is there any positives we could take from yesterday? Obviously Jones scores again. And
the positive was that it just confirmed for me that we flipped the script completely with United. That's what it confirmed. We're disrespecting the cup just like they did all them years ago. At the same time, they're winning 6-0 at Tranmere, getting drawn against Derby and thinking, hang on, we might win something here with Ole. It's classic. It's classic stuff that was going on.
If we don't win it, I hope they win it. Actually, the Mail had an article, and it was, basically, Ollie's on a thread at the moment, and
on a fucking Twitter thread at the moment.
No, and Southgate is
lined up.
I've seen that.
You love that, didn't you? Buzzing off that.
That would be the best ever.
But you should put that.
It's like
you should have hooked that up to an IV.
Yeah,
stick it. Just let it go into your veins slowly. Just nice. And
it's
slow,
like this nightmare just can't end for them. It's just a Hodgson appointment, isn't it? Like they won't be stupid enough to appoint Hodgson, but imagine they appointed Southgate. That would be
You'd
amazing.
Say they won't be stupid enough, but I wouldn't put money on it. I wouldn't be putting money on that.
Not the first time he's been linked either. He was linked in the summer as well.
Was he?
Yeah.
Wow, that would be just. It'd be just the best ever. Like Pochettino available, Southgate. That's what we need. Southgate.
Pochettino had a terrible record in the Premier League, didn't he? Southgate, can't say that about him.
Yeah.
Great Premier League record, him.
There wasn't a lot to be positive over, actually, to be fair.
Jones' goal, I thought, was Chiravella's. The pass and the run on that was quite good, I thought. Positives. But other than that, we don't fuck off.
I'm not seeing much out of Minamino at the moment.
No.
He doesn't like the cold.
Definitely one of those where you have to just throw the adapting excuse at him.
No, if you watch it back, but I thought he was lively, he was busy, he was getting around. He runs. He was dropping he was doing a lot of that. He's playing as a centre forward and he doesn't play there. Do you know what I mean? At Salzburg he was playing sort of in midfield, sort of where Oxford play.
Yeah.
to the right hand side of the midfield, doing a lot of running, and you can see it in the games. He's dropping into them positions. I just think it will take a bit of adapting. Like,
with all the fume going on, I mean, there's an ongoing Twitter thing with Miguel Delaney and Tony Evans now is weighing in as well. And
Twitter's not real life. Jesus Christ. It's madness.
It is crazy.
It's madness. I don't know what to say.
Miguel Delaney, by the way?
7.5 down on 40 or something.
Because I'd never heard of the fellow until...
I just can't believe you get an instant reply off him.
he
It's
does a lot
weird.
of replying, doesn't he? He does a lot of replying.
I mean, I just threw up a quotey retweet thing ages ago, just saying he's really dropped his level. He's behaving like a tabloid jobby, normally he writes decent articles and all that, but his engagement with Liverpool fans and the kind of how he was discrediting what fans were saying and talking down to it, was no, he's on a big wind up. Now,
would he be the Lovren of the Twitter world, was lethal in 2015 and now he's all over the shop?
He would have been
Quite respected him.
he would have been fairly slick,
about 2 weeks
not
ago.
Lovren, someone like Matip.
Matip's still good though.
Yeah, slick.
Slick Rick.
Yeah,
Like
slick
Rick James.
slick writer, and now he's gone all
Crayons and all.
yeah, he's gone
Yeah.
he's gone he's gone Konchesky, or
You never go full Polly.
yeah, he's just putting it up to
Just waiting for his man to back him up on Facebook and Twitter now.
that's all he's short of. And then Tony, I don't know what, he's some serious being his bonnet. I mean, he seems to be the one Liverpool journalist who's not enjoying winning football games.
Yeah, he seems to wait, doesn't he, for a mistake?
He's no Phil or related to Phil or anything like that.
But I remember,
Does he still do? He used to do a bit of talk sport, didn't he? Does he still do? But is his mind still polluted by all?
maybe
them characters,
he's
is
hanging
it?
around with Talksport too long.
Shilly bags.
But we had Tony on here in the early days, and he seemed sound really balanced. But he's at war with Liverpool supporters now, and I don't get it.
He seems to hate the American ownership and everything about the club since the Americans took over. I'm not saying it's xenophobic, but it's very xenophobic. And I think it's Kenny Dalglish went in, got sacked. Evans had a big bee in his bonnet about that.
Yeah.
I just don't know what his angle is. It's like he just waits for something negative and dives on it. And then dives on fans that'll defend the club. You look at what the likes of John Aldridge is the opposite. Phil Thompson would have been like that. But Evan, I know they're ex-players and all, but they'll sort of talk about Liverpool and try and be as positive as they can. But Tony Evans just looks to pile on whenever he can. And it's slightest thing, and he's looking to sort of kick the club. I don't know where he does be coming from.
Yeah, well, James Pearce would be probably the complete opposite. Really, really speaks up Liverpool.
And gets lashed out as well.
And gets shy off it. It's so stupid. But when he does criticise, you can understand. You go, yeah, fair enough. You're making a good point there. But Tony's just gone all rogue.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's just getting old. It's just his old age, maybe.
Yeah,
He's one of these people who
cantankerous.
Just doesn't like what, and we have changed. You can't deny that we have changed in some way, in some ways to what we were. But to me, it's all for the best.
It's progress. Isn't
it is progress.
You can't look at what the club was in the 80s and think it should stay like that.
We've grasped the commercial side of things.
Yeah.
He's probably just as pissed off as the Nike. With the likes of the Nike deal and how that went down.
If his argument is he's not happy that Kenny Dalglish got sacked, so they sack him and then they name a stand after him.
Yeah.
So what's the crack there? Do you know what I mean?
He's got a permanent place there.
He hasn't
Exactly.
been disrespected at all. He's there every game. He's in the stands. The camera goes on in most games. Similar to Bobby Charlton and Fergie.
Maybe he should ask Kenny, has he got a problem with the club? And then maybe
I doubt it very much based on how often we see him there.
Yeah, unless he's going a kind of a well-behaved way about having an issue with Townies, and that video that was doing the rounds. Was it for the United game when all the Asian
All the Asian
fans.
fans were congregated by the new main stand.
There was that minority of fans on Twitter were kicking off about it, and you know.
So hang on for a sec. How can people give out about them fans when all them fans are standing there with club bags and have to spend £150 to £200 in the club shop?
And the club, rightly
On the
so.
club, like.
The club, rightly so, have a certain allocation
of course.
for that sort of business.
Yeah.
You know,
Always have,
someone says
for a
no
long
credits,
time, by the way.
no, I can't get a ticket, but they get a ticket. Well, you could actually get a corporate ticket if you wanted to.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're traveling from China to watch it or whatever, wherever they came from, but you're traveling a long distance, your flights, your accommodation, all that shit that comes with it. Paying an extra £100 or £150 ticket doesn't make a difference. No. Actually, for me, if I can't get a ticket, I'd go online and pay the £250, £300 for because I have to fly over anyway.
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it? The people give out about the flights from Belfast to Liverpool. Cheap. But the flights from from Asia seem to be alright.
Yeah, now people just like try and find any excuse not to go to the, you know, it's like this weird protest against the club.
So what about the fella who's giving out, and let's say his sister or his auntie or his ma works in the local hotel and they're all staying in the hotel and that money's generating local business and pubs and clubs and bars and breakfast places and all. Like, let's be honest, let's look at the fucking full circle here. It's a football club. It is a city that attracts a lot of people from all over the world. So nobody can have a question. Like, I understand local people. I know Dicko would know more so than anyone else because that's where he's from. But like, Dicko's a dub now. That's it. No, but seriously, like you can't just look at the club. You have to look at the whole spectrum of everything that goes on around the club. But like, we travel over, we go to a pub, have a few points. Yeah. We go for food, breakfast the next morning, stay in a hotel. So you're spending your money in the city that goes to the local economy. And then you're giving out about people coming over halfway across the world.
Yeah, I mean, Liverpool bring serious football into the city.
100%.
The music and the football, you know, it's Liverpool's identity. You know, look, I don't know. As I said, I'd pay big money for a ticket to go over because I don't get to go over that often. 3, 4, 5 games a season. I'm going over in a couple of weeks' time. I'm flying into Birmingham. €30 return. I'm paying £20 on the train, and I have a hotel, decent enough hotel, for €52 with me mate. Like,
I tell you what,
€26 each, and then I know a couple of lads with season tickets, and I'm going to get them.
Them lads
so I'm over and back for about €150.
But some of them lads are giving out, let's say, obviously we don't know exactly, but some of them lads are giving out on Twitter saying, oh, look at them fans from halfway across the world, but yet that mate will be standing down the road selling that ticket as a tout for £200, £300 to fucking go, and then they're giving out about some bleeding person from Asia in the ground beside them, and your mate's just made off for £300.
Come here, and it seems like it's ethically okay to have a pop at them, but it's not ethically okay to have a go at the fans who've been screwing the clubs for years. Like, there's guys with 500 memberships. There's guys that have waited, years to get their season tickets, and they're giving them to a guy in a pub who's selling them on. But that's cool. Why is that fucking cool? The club.
Andy, I was outside the Shankly statue at the Sheffield United game, and I saw a guy ask for £500 for a ticket.
Wow.
To a European fan.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you one now.
Absolutely sick. That's
sick. But I don't blame the tout as much. I blame the fan who's allowed that ticket to get into the tout stand, because he's cleaning up on his season ticket there, and your man's taking the responsibility, and he's standing outside the ground and paying £500. They're not Liverpool fans. No. Touts aren't Liverpool fans. Maybe they are, but it's the fuckers who are giving up their tickets to do that. You know what? Like, the club need to take control of the tickets again. And that way they can be allocated fairly. You know, if the club are shafting fans in any way, it's allowing that to happen. But they're trying to find a balance between keeping the locals happy and running a global business.
Yeah.
And it's a very hard...
I think they're trying to... They obviously dipped the toe in, and they started this whole thing with the membership. Yeah. And the whole thing around season tickets will be looming. So there'd be quite a lot of nervous people who've been going to the game for 20 odd years and whatnot, and still wondering which way the chips are going to fall for them. But there's never going to be a perfect solution when it comes to ticketing. And I think the sooner we start realizing that this whilst the club exists in Liverpool and
It's a culture.
you can't favour one fan over another. If they want to come and support Liverpool from all corners of the globe, now it's a global world that we live in. We should embrace it. We shouldn't be resisting that, because ultimately that's going to make us a bigger, stronger club. You know what I mean?
There's no Nike deal without this.
No, not at all. No.
We're about to become Nike's biggest brand in sport.
Yeah.
In the whole world.
Warrior gear a few years ago.
Yeah.
Fucking Warrior. You joking?
Yeah.
Adidas didn't want to know us.
They were,
You know what I mean? So, look.
Joke's on you. I like it.
Yeah. Adidas, they burnt their bridges there big time. Told the club that they overvalued their global
And yet
reach
you
and their
still have
fan base.
fans raring up that they'd rather have got Adidas back instead of Nike.
And all them concept kits and all. Jesus Christ.
I've seen that Nike deal. Oh man,
put an end to all of that.
It's horrendous. I haven't even seen one nice one. We're looking at people reporting anywhere between kind of 90 million to 120 million in the first year.
Yeah.
That's scandalous.
Will be financial doping then, Andy. What are we going to say then? Oh, you're only winning the league because you're wearing Nike. Yeah, good one. Next.
I don't know. We move on and talk about
back to the bread and butter.
Back to the football. We're back in the league on Thursday night. Was it Thursday? Wednesday. Fuck, Wednesday. West Ham. They've been having a bit of an up and down since Moyes came back in.
More so down.
They're on the wane.
We need to be. We need to be.
But they're torn into Brazil when we get there. They will.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They will.
No, it used to be a match that I was always sketchy about, but that when they were in Upton Park and all that place they're in now was a lot of bollocks.
No, but they've tried to give us a good goal.
Last two games. They have.
What we need to be seriously, what we need to be doing on Wednesday is we need to get 2-3 goals up and have that place clearing out early in the second half, because that's the way they operate. You know what I mean? Those fans are so fickle.
Torn on them,
so fickle.
Yeah,
and we just need to capitalise on as opposed to the other way of them getting some kind of scaldy penalty or something. Mark Noble banging it in and then bubbles flying around the whole fucking gaff.
I know, yeah.
We just
Mark Noble can't even run. Who seems to cause us problems?
But gets a jockey back up to take the penalty because he can't get up there.
But it's funny. Our bad patch this season is basically nearly drawn against Wolves and drawn in Shrewsbury.
Just sell the club. Kids. Fuck it. Just get rid of it all.
Reminded me we didn't actually draw that game.
See, you're so used to Dicko, you didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's how everyone's carrying on, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Back-to-back draws.
Yeah.
The wobble's on.
But it's even going back to United as well. They were going Solskjaer was saying, we were in the game up till the last kick. They were getting beaten.
You were in it because you only got a fucking team on the pitch, mate. What are you talking about?
He had a chance to win the fucking thing.
Yeah, I think it's just it's probably best now we just go out and bash them. Because it was a tough game against Wolves.
They're bottom three, aren't they? Are back in the bottom three. West Ham,
we were wasteful enough against United. It could have been more, should have been more. Mad shit going on the pitch, then not having a touch in our half for
first 15 minutes or something. Something ridiculous.
I mean, these are just mad things.
Is Andy Carroll still? Is he?
No, he's at Newcastle.
Oh, he went to Newcastle. Yeah, right.
He went up for a night out and didn't come back down.
Fell off the casino chair and injured himself.
It looks like we'll go with the same team that played against Wolves, whether Ox
or Fabinho.
Yeah,
I think
Fabinho probably comes in and plays that trusty trio.
Yeah. Is it Fox? Ox seems to get tired around the 60-70 mark. He's been pulling them off.
Yeah, he's been pulled off 60-65.
Pulled off? We was just going
Okay, yanked off.
You better mark that.
No.
Don't mark that.
60, 65 minutes, yeah.
You were in coaching, Gareth. You were a pull off on your players.
There's got to be some fella sitting in his car tomorrow or sitting in the book this going, what the fuck is going on?
Hope Barry Bennell is listening to this in jail tomorrow.
Every time he does come off, though, he's incredibly frustrated, though, isn't he? Do you know what I mean?
I'd be frustrated if I didn't get to finish either, in fairness.
You'd want the full 90, wouldn't you, in fairness? Yeah.
You just want to make sure he gets a happy ending.
Jesus Christ.
See, when we don't win, we always have to crack.
Exactly, yeah. You know, this is... Drawing that game yesterday was the definition of putting the fun back into the Day Trippers podcast, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because, it's become a little bit mundane, really, that we've come in here.
It's been
like a business meeting, basically.
It's serious.
We come in, we discuss, everything that's gone right. The fact that we've been in complete control, how shit the opposition is, how average the whole fucking league is. And now all of a sudden, like, there's a chink in the armour, the draw that wasn't. The draw that was.
A draw that wasn't even a draw. Yeah.
And all of a sudden, people are starting to, hone in on our weakness.
Yeah.
It's fucking brilliant.
So, we've done our best to become the official Liverpool fucking podcast this season, haven't we?
Yeah.
We sit here and every week it's just the same. We've won. Everybody's great. Because that's the reality of it. And it can make conversation boring.
Yeah. No, I know. It's just,
I know Peter Moore listens the odd time. I'd say it'd be very impressed with Paddy's economy breakdown there a few minutes ago.
Peter, if you're listening, if you want to follow Paddy on LinkedIn, he's now set up his
procurement.
He has that on his bio.
I'm only on a trial here, so I could get the gate after about 3 weeks. So, Peter, I'll send you my CV.
Paddy@fridgedoors.com.
No, that's scaffolding.
He's available for ticket pricing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I think I said it before on the pod. I think Gary Neville was having an argument. I think it was on BT or TalkSport or something, and he was talking about rebranding the stadium or rebranding the stand and getting 70 million, 80 million, or 90 million off whoever it is that sponsored. Let's say it's the Garbrain stand or whatever. Let's say, and he has 70 or 80 million he gives to the club, and then that brings down the ticket prices. So if people are going to the games and the ticket prices are lower, they need more money to spend around the club and in the club shop and stuff like that. And it did make sense what he was saying, but I think that'd be just outrage if you ever tried to change the name of Anfield or any of the stands.
Well, put it this way, if we want to call the Sir Kenny Dalglish stands, the
Durex or something like that.
Yeah, then we'll allow Tony Evans to have a little bit of a moan, won't we?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He'd be winning his
you could have a wins then.
If all that, if the signage comes down.
But we've got a stand which is basically nameless in the main stand. It's made to get some sort of a sponsor, but
and we've got
I don't think the
Anfield Road. I mean, the new Anfield Road.
We don't need it. We don't need the money. We
never have enough.
I'd have no objections to the main
those
stand.
Those who say that don't have enough for Dicko. That's what, do you know what I mean?
But it scares you around financial fair play as well. You bring in 60 million for the name and you have a stand that goes on to the financial.
Well, you talk about financial fair play, and then you look at a City Champions League match, and then half the stadium's empty, and they're saying there's 30-odd thousand, and there's nowhere near it. Unless they're all wearing jumpers the same colour as the chairs.
They're not financial to open, but they're ridiculous. They sold 10% or something of that club for, was it 50 million or 500 million? And so it values them at 5 billion, and it's like, the fuck do you get that valuation from? It's just ridiculous.
Like, we think United are bad now. Who's going to come in after Pep Guardiola?
Yeah.
When he walks away. There's no one. There's no one. Literally. Arteta might have to go back and do his thing.
Well, that makes it just, it creates a really good opportunity for us to actually have a golden era.
And to be placed where we are, if you look at Spurs and us in the Champions League final last year, and there's a path, you know what I mean? You can go one way or the other. We went and we focused and challenged. Spurs fell off a cliff, and they went into a new stadium over $1 billion it cost to build that thing, and they've done fuck all. They brought in Jose, they're going nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, it shows how quickly it can stop.
So what does the future hold for this team? Because next season there'll be quite a few players going into their 30s, like you've probably Henderson, Wijnaldum. You know, there will come a stage where one of the front three will need to be replaced. Now, I've seen really strong links to Timo Werner there over the weekend. I don't know, it was just the usual Sunday bullshit, but he's been linked for a long time, and he seems to, you know, an attractive type of player to come in. His work rate and his pace, and obviously his goal scoring. But what happens when you bring in a fourth player for the front three who expects to play equal minutes? Do you have to lose one of the front three to bring in a player like Timo Werner?
Played him in the FA Cup against Shrewsbury, don't you? FA Cup.
No, like I've always made this argument where we've enough minutes to share around. Like if you add up the three 90 minutes that the front three have, and then you look at the whole season, you look at suspensions and injuries and resting and all that. But that's not really the way it works out. No, that front three, I have an understanding that they are playing every single game. And as soon as there's another player added to that,
doesn't work.
And
not that doesn't work. Yeah, it's not the same.
No, well, we kind of become City with, say, 6 superstars for the front three position. You know, where
you might be able to get away with it for one season, but I think the way you have to do this or approach this is, and this is where Liverpool are going to have to really be careful here. It's all about the succession planning of getting the squads to the next kind of stage, if you like. Yeah. So you might have a year's lap over of having, say, 4 strikers, but you know one's going to leave.
One's out the gap.
Yeah. You know, the next season, whether it be Mane or Salah.
Not only that, they're going to be off at the African Cup of Nations next season, the two of them.
So in some ways, it's perfect to maybe bring that fourth striker in next season, because you've got a justification to do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you maybe, as say, so this is the real kind of, it's a tricky thing that Klopp's going to have to navigate through. You know, you might have Wijnaldum leaving. You know, circumstances might just push it that way. You know what I mean? So he's going to have to think about bringing another midfielder in, maybe without the luxury of having a crossover period. So, you know, that's why he's...
Him and Coutinho, bring the two of them back for a packet of jellies or something.
Yeah, I see. I mean,
Havertz.
Yeah, I still can't get over the amount of people who, you know, fawn over Coutinho.
Oh, that's another, Jesus Christ.
When that news broke last week of Bayern basically saying that they're not going to, sign him at the end of the season, like all the people coming out the woodwork, you know. Yeah.
Oh, you get
come
in there.
on.
And then Barcelona saying they'll sell him back to us for 91 million. You're like, why the fuck did we get 91 million for him?
Like, what's worked for us this season is how attacking our fullbacks are, and we play. And when all midfielders are fit, it's going to be Fabinho, Wijnaldum and Henderson. That is the way it is now. And the next player is probably Milner. It's what people are calling the functional midfield. But there's an awful lot about them. It's going to be very hard to bring in another like for like.
Well, I think if you lose Wijnaldum, I think you probably do have to bring another midfielder in, because I don't think then you have enough. Milner, we know, will be a year older. I know he's staying with the club, but his minutes should be on the decline. Oxlade-Chamberlain, okay, I'm still not convinced he's going to be, a first choice.
Well, his injuries have really hampered him.
Of course. And we know what Keita's made of.
Yeah.
Biscuits.
Broken promises.
Which is, you were saying there, Andy, you were saying what will be the next step, or I was going to say, ask me that in the first of June to see what we've won, if we've won the league and the Champions League, because for the team now, what we've seen is came so close last season, or not this season, last season in the Champions League, and then we won it. We came so close in the league, and now we're on course to win it. So there's a hunger within the squad and within the team to get the fourth title in so many years, and to try and retain the Champions League. And it's being pushed on with the likes of Henderson, Virgil, Alisson's come in, has been outstanding. Trent is still young, world class. Robinson isn't far behind. Gomez has shown that he's probably England's best centre-half. Henderson has been voted English Player of the Year. Fabinho is one of the best defensive midfielders in the world. Wijnaldum is unbelievable, but people are still, he is or he isn't. And then the front three are the front three. And it's all about building for the future, but it's it's about now the hunger in the squad and the hunger around the squad and bringing in the likes of Minamino and stuff like that for the lads that are going to the AFCON and stuff like that. And you're talking about Werner coming in. If Werner comes in, well, probably won't come in January, but if Werner does come in the summer, the AFCON starts in January, is it? January.
Yeah,
so Werner has 6 months to get up to speed, him, Minamino and Firmino. Then, let's say, if that works out, Werner has to be coming in to try and prove, listen, I'm here and I should be one to start 11. The same way as I think I read an article about Robertson talking about Jones and Elliott pushing the senior players, pushing them from behind, making them get the training and be absolutely outstanding, because these young players are snapping at their heels every day in training, and that's who's pushing on the older senior players. Now I know Milner is, apparently from all accounts, Milner is the absolute pinnacle of a pro, turns up early, is good with the young, helping out the young players and stuff like that. So it's all the ethos of the club and the manager and stuff like that, and just it's all, everyone's bought in, as everyone says. Klopp has said before, Lovren has his part to play, Origi has his part to play, because when they play training games, Lovren and Origi and other players mimic opposition teams, and they do certain roles, and that allows the team to play a certain way and basically get them into muscle memory and who they're playing against, or what way they play, they defend, what way they move. And it's just across the board, it's just everyone on the same hymn sheet. And if you're not on the hymn sheet, sling your hook, as we've seen with Coutinho, with Can and other players. If you don't want to do this, and if you don't want to sing from this page in the hymn book, nice big red door there, out you get.
Yeah, look, I'd imagine that someone's, like, I think I think Klopp is an unbelievable motivator, but I think, like, there's a time, there's a limit to how long you can motivate a player to that level. You know, when you've achieved the Champions League and the league, and what's next now? Like, you know, if you're invincible. But I think it's very difficult for a player to keep continuing to run himself in the ground.
I've seen it with Man City as well.
I would say that. I would say that for another club, but not with Liverpool. I think it's a bit. I think it's a bit different, because.
But at the end of the day, like, they're only human beings. At the moment, like, Klopp is tapping into a human.
This means more with a team, with a family.
Yeah, but he's tapping into a human response. Like, he's making them do things because of the hunger and the eagerness. But eventually, we're all human beings, and that falls away. So maybe,
just
as
like
Ray,
when
you were
you're
saying,
a load of cash at first, it really motivates you.
Yeah,
and then
you stop talking about money on this. You have to believe the revenue on us.
Yeah. But like you say, Ray, like the succession planning. So as soon as he kind of sees someone has fallen off a little bit, then you plan their exit and you plan their replacement.
But do you think that he's at that level as well, where he'll know? Obviously, he's a very clever man, and he'll know when it's on the decline with himself, and then things need to be shaken up. I think you'll see
it on the graphs and the numbers.
He's got his finger on the pulse on everything.
I think this is the summer he's going to break the team up. I think he put this team with no signings really to the starting 11, with the exception of Adrian, for 2 years in a row to put them through that. I think his plan was small squad. I trust every one of these. They know what I want to do. They'll get me to where I want to get. And I genuinely think this summer he's going to break that up. I think he's going to. I think we'll see the end of Lovren. Not really controversial. I think we'll see.
He was nearly gone.
Yeah. I think he'll move him out. I think if Genie, I wouldn't be surprised to see them moving Genie on as well, because I think he'll need to get fresh blood. And there's no point in bringing in Kai Havertz and having 6 midfielders in front of him. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Genie going. Origi, I wouldn't be surprised to see going. Shaqiri, I wouldn't be surprised to see going. And I think what they could do is look at a Timo Werner for now, like a Keita, sign him now, but leave him there till the summer to get it over the line. And then I think the Nike deal could throw in money for a Sancho or one of those type of players.
Still there.
I know, but I think Nike will pony up for that, and I think that would be.
And Nike say, like, all they be looking for is return on the image rights or whatever, and overnight it's
big statement signing in the summer to coincide with them. And you just think about it, right? We're talking about succession planning and forward planning. You know, Klopp signed his contract. He's here for 5 years. You've got the training facilities about to be upped, going to Kirby. You know, you've got the new stand in the pipeline. You've got the new kit deal, you know, about around the corner. Like, to me, all the building blocks are there. It's just the stuff that's probably going on in the backgrounds that, you know,
don't know.
rightly we shouldn't really be party to, that I think is the kind of missing piece of the jigsaw. And I've got every sort of faith that they are, you know, let's just look at the track record over the last few years. They identify needs, they go out, they get who they need to get. And, you know, I'm confident that they will improve the squad in the summer.
Kai Havertz is a Nike athlete as well.
Yeah.
Hint, nudge.
So, what about Mbappe? Like, you know,
I think that might be a bridge too far, to be honest with you. Just because you.
But when you're the global,
I know, but we're swimming around in the same, you know, pond now as Barcelona and Madrid. But I still think that ultimately one of them will get that deal.
It's great every 2 weeks that he
done.
keeps talking about us, isn't it? Every 2 weeks you see Mbappe talking about Liverpool. If I was PSG, I'd be pissed.
Yeah. But he wants out of there, like, and that's.
I think they've fallen behind us, haven't they? Let's face it.
Yeah.
We're the number one club in Europe now, and that's
the destination. And if you look at everything Ray just said there, you know, the club's going on the up, and if you can add in another Champions League, not even winning the Champions League, but go deep into that on the back of 2 finals, and if for the Premier League champs as well, them are the most attractive option for the likes of Mbappe.
Players are queuing up to come to us.
It wouldn't have been the case, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't rule it out. I think this summer could be the big one for Liverpool. I think there'll be a few changes that might even surprise us. I think one big one, I think, could come in from left field.
I think it will split. Can you imagine? You know, we're talking about the split in the fan base. You know, because we're going to a replay in the FA Cup against Shrewsbury. But imagine the split in the fan base. You know, if we do decide to sell either Salah or Mane.
Yeah,
fuck me.
Sell the club. Sell it all.
I think what we did in the 80s was we always kind of bought a player every year, like, you know, and United kind of did it when they went there and they spent big money every year on one player. Like, that's what the big club does. You know, we've got like, where's the weak link? Obviously we needed Van Dijk and we obviously needed Alisson. So where are we missing something?
It's only depth, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
We don't actually. There's no vacancy, really. If there, you know, it's probably in midfield for most people.
Yeah,
that's the only one you can see someone going.
It's the attacking midfielder, isn't it?
But when you play your fullback, so attacking, that negates the need.
Yeah.
So do you go out and you get someone that's capable of being that functional type of player, but also has a spark, which is probably Keita, really, if he was fit.
Yeah.
Because he has that spark, he has the goals and he has the assists in him, but he's also a good worker. He's also good at nicking the ball. He's also good at throwing his weight around. We've seen it.
Yeah.
There has to be a reason why he keeps breaking down. Like, I'm not just saying that he keeps breaking down, but like, you looked at, I think it was Chamberlain at Arsenal. Chamberlain used to be injured every fucking second game at Arsenal. Every second, third game he'd be gone, he'd be missing. And then they had to look back and look at the way Arsenal trained him, and they changed
their surface.
Yeah. And then he came to us and he got a good run of games. Then he had his bad injury, and then he's kind of been trying to find his way again as such. But Kate has come in, and I think everyone's had all the hopes in the world from him. And it just, not that it hasn't worked out, but he's not done enough for me. This is my personal opinion. He's not done enough for me to say that he's the future for Wijnaldum, that we don't need anybody else, because he's not reliable.
If they'd have signed him for 25 million and signed him, you know, got him when they signed him, no one, you think good squad option and all, but the fact that they paid 53 million and you had to wait for a year for him, the expectation was just so high that he was going to be Coutinho replacement. And just
well, 12 months ago, I remember sitting here and saying, look, I think we probably just need to accept that Kate is not going to happen this year, that we need to just let go of the idea he's going to do something this season, and just give him the patience he deserves. You know, when certain other players came into the Liverpool team, they weren't just thrown in at deep end. Fabinho wasn't, Robertson wasn't, Ox wasn't. You know, there's quite a few players. But Keita was signed. Okay, he was away from the club for a year, but he came in, he started pre-season friendlies, and he started in the first league. He never really got his chance. He was like identified as the player who was going to play every single week. So Klopp got to do that this season, and it worked, you know. But now we're having the same conversation. Is this season a write-off now?
But you have to wonder if you'd be tempted to just move him on, cut his losses in the
Again,
summer.
but especially with the AFCON next season, they're going to lose him for 6 weeks.
Wasn't even brought on, is he? He was on the bench.
Yeah. I'm surprised he was even
And
on
what's
the
the
bench.
story? I know I'm going off on a complete tangent. What's the story with Kajana Hoover? Like
How's he gone behind Nico Williams in the pecking order?
He seems to have like dropped down, doesn't he?
To me, he looked like, you know, if you picked out 3 or 4 of them that could possibly make it, he was one of them.
But when you were listening to a lot of the talk coming out of the academy, he's the best prospect you've seen in years. You know what I mean?
Do they believe their own hype? Maybe. Do you know what I mean? Is there an
I don't think they know where to play him. Like, there's talk of him being a centre half. Like, he doesn't look that tall.
Didn't he go out of the Dutch though and get injured recently in the 17th game, the group championships or whatever you want to call it?
The tournament in Brazil or something, was it?
Maybe he's just not.
I presume we'll get a look at him in the replay, like alongside
Big Red.
Vandenberg.
Yeah.
It's gonna be comedy gold, isn't it? If people lose the shit yesterday.
90 minutes of comedy gold
We're
for
gonna
Tony
have
Pound.
Doggle rag ball down all over the place.
He'll be rubbing his hands.
And Keller's probably going to play.
Yeah.
And we've haven't seen the best of him yet.
No.
We thought he'd be working in the club shop.
The pop-up shop.
The pop-up shop,
Cork.
So anyway, look, we're playing West Ham on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Let's just do some score predictions. And we'll call it a night.
Okay.
Gar.
3-0.
3-0.
Liverpool, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got in there first, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
3-0. I think we need it. I think we need it just to put a stop to any negative talk.
And the squeaky bum score as well. We're getting a few lately, so just get a little
A nice Tonkin.
comfy one, yeah.
Many clean sheets have we had in the league?
We've loads.
Loads.
Yeah. We want a big win. Just I know we're making statements every week, but I just want to batter someone and go.
No, I want the 0-0. I want the 0-0 to the 89th minute, and then I want a 1-0. I want us to win 1-0 in the last minute of the game, and then just watch
a 6
minute
VAR. Sort of
and then I just want the fume to just come over, just down the liffey, just watch it coming towards you, be like, yes, here it is. That's what I want.
I don't know. Like, I celebrated that Wolves goal, the goal against Wolves, the winner, very angrily. It's a good while since I celebrated an angry goal. You know the type where you're stamping your feet in the ground, like, and it's like
shouting at fuckers across the side. You know your fans that were cheering Wolves goal. I was like, fuck, didn't I?
There'll be loads of canal juice getting drank tomorrow night.
Like, it's been so much more enjoyable just like being a happy clappy fan.
But look, do you not take like even more satisfaction that out of the Wolves game, it's 1-1, and this is Liverpool's second draw of the season, and then we score. Yeah. And then, like, if you're in a pub and you're sitting there and you're having a point, just listen to the little flutter of just people just going, for fuck's sake. It's just like it's like the wind is, for fuck's sake, shout out bastards. Like, that's what it's like, and that's that is the most. It's probably one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard. It's just like you're watching a match and then you're celebrating, and there's like an opposite fan sitting across you and he's looking at you, and for the whole game, like, he's giving you like the evil looks and all, and it's 1-1, and he's waiting to turn down and say draw, and then Liverpool score, and then you're just like, I like
there's an argument. There's an argument for both.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I'll give you my prediction.
Go.
I'm going to go 5-1 Liverpool. And what I want to see Mark Noble score a penalty. And literally before the bubbles are allowed to evaporate out of the stadium, must be 2-1 up.
Yeah. Hang on, did we factor in Mane? What's the story? Is he gonna?
He's out for
6 weeks.
Are you sure it's 6 weeks? Because they were
that was the Melissa Reddy article from 2017.
Someone said 6 weeks now.
Yeah, everyone was saying 6 weeks.
Hang on, Dr. Breen, what the fuck is it then?
We said 2 weeks.
2 weeks. What, for a hamstring? What, you go and get a new one put in or something?
Let me just sort this out. I'm going to see what the red
So,
triangle
I mean-
Oh yes.
He's not gonna play. So
I
who's gonna
wouldn't
play
say so.
instead?
That's you don't know who's going to play.
Actually,
Yeah,
we're
that's
going to play him in
decision.
the replay just to bring him
It
back.
has to be Minamino.
You think it could Minamino or he could put Origi up there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's going to be, I think we're going to win 3-0 and just to annoy everyone, Jurgen Klopp's not even going to be there and Linda Pizzuti is going to be managing the team that night.
Do you remember we beat Everton? We didn't even play Salah
Yeah.
or Mane.
Everyone
Played
wants to-
Barcelona, we didn't play.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to
and
play the
Salah.
Castor Brook side against Everton. Was
Yeah,
perfectly
yeah,
fine with it.
yeah,
Do you know what
yeah.
I mean? Just checking up here. He's only on the yellow triangle here.
Is he?
He's a 50% chance of playing.
Right.
So
Sorry, Dr. Brain.
I fell for that. I fell for that whole.
Oh,
did
that was
I.
on my timeline 5 or 6 times.
6 weeks, my head was wrecked. I was drinking Grays and all.
Yeah. Scumbags. Well, my prediction is 2-0 to Liverpool.
I'm 1-0 in the 89th minute.
1-0
That will absolutely please me.
5-1 from Ray. Keith, did you give it? You went
3-0.
3-0 like
3-0.
Gar? Okay.
Pablo Zabaleta getting taken off a heartburn after 16 minutes.
Oh God.
Right. We leave it there, folks.
That was great.
Gar, thanks as always for doing all the decks.
Thanks, lads.
Keith, Ray, Paddy,
Thank you.